to leave me. All I know is where we've been and what we've been through. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. Woo! I don't do goodbyes too good, y'all. Tyson Patrick Sr. Woo! I wrote a little something so I don't get carried away. I don't bring visions to life, yet I'm standing here speaking in a vision I pictured all week. I have good memories, and I have great memories. All my great memories include Tyson Patrick Sr. I have good stories, I have great stories. All my great stories include Tyson Patrick Sr. The number 111 in numerology is a pseudoscience. It means angel. Tyson Patrick Sr. born date. He was that in my life. I learned that this past week. I was figuring out how to tribute such a good soul. I was his right-hand man. I would not have had my music aspirations come to fruition if it wasn't for him and Mr. Ron Appleberry. Tyson he took me to Mr. Ron Appleberry's in-home studio. And we did a song, Groove is in the House. And somewhere you can find Tyson and Shauna Wilson singing background. Okay? I sent that video to our City Hall show and to BET Home Videos. And I waited 2 o'clock every afternoon trying to see that video. No songs on the radio. I would not have had if not for them. No songs, royalties from radio play in South Africa if it wasn't for them just listening to me. I got so many great stories. I'd rather just get in touch with me to hear them. I got nothing but great stories about Tyson Patrick Sr. Okay. We attended many hip hop concerts: Cincinnati Coliseum, Hare Arena, Memorial Hall. I met celebrities. Tyson Patrick Sr. was standing right there every time I met him. Now, I don't tell the stories about all the celebrities I met because a pair of lips to say anything. So he was always my witness. So in 2017, I was on my live on Instagram. We followed each other. And I kept telling, I would go live every day, promote my books. And I'd be like, I'm not going to tell none of these stories until Tyson come on my live. And one day he came on my live, y'all, and I was going to tell him how much I loved him. And I talked about how I met Ice-T, and he was sitting right there with me. And everybody, I met so many people. Let me get my 2 minutes in. I cannot remember how old I was exactly when Tyson and I became friends at church. But when I met Ice-T signed my autographs, my check stub from my summer job at Wright Pat Air Force Base. This is how young I was. That means I was in the YEP program, Youth Employment Program. So this is my friend from way back. I may not have a heaven or hell to put my guy in, but I bet my life Tyson Patrick Sr. is somewhere nice. Heaven, paradise, or even better. And no one can stop me from imagining my friend in a better place. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. This video is a tribute to my boy Tyson Patrick Sr. Yeah, he was a good dude, a great soul. I spent a lot of my life hanging with him. I hung with him and his first wife, and I went on dates with him and his second wife, with my lady friend at the time. So I love everybody. I didn't have a father, you know. I was in a runaway home before I met Tyson at church, you know, just dealing with my mom and anybody she was dating. Tyson, probably the reason I never ended up in juvenile, he kept me so active. I had summer jobs. You know, when I met Tyson, I didn't know anybody that worked as hard as him. You know, when I met Tyson, I didn't know nobody worked as hard as him, but me. So when when I got this news. Shout out to Sean Wilson for calling me, man. I love Mama Sue. I love Mr. Appleberry. I love Tyson Jr. I love his daughter, Yamar. If I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize. Yamare. I love everybody that he loved. Even if we didn't get to see you and you just met me today, February 13th at his funeral, at his homegoing, at his celebration, you know. If you just met me today and Tyson loved you, man, I love you. You know. Shout out to Jackie, Rhonda, Dale, Norky, you know, Tammy, you know what I'm saying? Like little Terrell, the aunties that I remember. Oh man, hey man, I got so many stories to say about Tyson, man. I met Ice Cube at the Hair Arena, and I wasn't allowed. I was church boy. I wasn't allowed to go to the clubs afterwards. So Ice Cube was standing over there by himself, and he had a song called "Get Off My D, Nigga, and Tell Your B to Come Here." And so when I seen Ice Cube stand over there, Tyson was like, "Go holler." So I went over there and just kept it 100. Like, hey, what's up, man? Y'all going to the club afterward? He was like, yeah, we're going to be there. I'm like, word bet. Dapped him up and walked away. But I wasn't even allowed to go to the club after I had to go home. When I turned 18, if you're from Dayton, Ohio, you know, there's a club called McCook's. And it was known for the, you know, adult triple entertainment, all that. When I got 18, Tyson took me to that. It's like a rite of passage in manhood. You know, I lost my virginity at 18, so I was shooting guns before I turned 18. You know what I'm saying? I was shooting my cousin's guns 17 in Alabama. So I think Tyson and Tanya got married on one of my trips while I was in Alabama with my family, because ain't no way I would have missed that. I was with Tyson and Tanya all the time, you know. I went a couple of days with the second wife, Nettie. I'm going to post a video of me tributing Tyson at the homegoing today, and I got pictures I'm uploading it here. I got so many stories, just telling the stories I couldn't tell there. You know, it was me and Tyson, we used to sneak into concerts. So he'd get off work from Morning Pride at 3:30 p.m. Show started at 7:30 in Cincinnati. We sneak in. We know security come an hour before. We cover so many concerts, we know security come an hour before. So we sneak in. We see, we get backstage, you know, Salt-N-Pepa's supposed to perform. We talking to Sweet Tea, the rapper Sweet Tea, not Sugar T, E40 sister, Sweet Tea, the rapper. Look her up, and her DJ Joyce or whatever, and she was trying to holler at us. She was like, and Tyson had a New York Yankees jacket, a big starter jacket, New York Yankees starter jacket. So he was like, so they was like, can you show us around? Can you show us around? And Tyson was looking, and I was like, I ain't gonna tell Tanya. You know, because I was going to have the DJ and he was going to have Sweet Tea. But Herbie Lovebug, that's a true story. I never tell him because, you know, my dude wasn't around to hear him, to co-sign these stories, because people lie a lot. So you got great stories like these, you don't tell them with a witness. And we laid my witness to rest today. So Herbie Lovebug told the security that we wasn't with him, and that's why, you know, but he's such a faithful dude. I don't think he was going to cheat on Tanya for Sweet Tea anyway. And she was fine and asking him to show him around. Like, can you show me around? And I would have had DJ, it was just me and him. And so we snuck in and started sound check. And we saw Spinderella, we singing about, we saw Spinderella doing sound check. Peter Piper picked pepper, turning around the back and everything. Peter Piper picked peppers. And Run Rock Rhymes, one of them Run DMC songs. We snuck in and saw NWA. Sound checking. Eazy-E was out there by himself, scratching and DJing. Peter, you know, the same song. Peter Piper picked pepper. I guess that was the song the DJ too. You know, and he was turning his back and down. Eazy-E could DJ. Rest in peace. Rest in power. Rest in power to Tyson Patrick Sr. You know, I admired this man. I wanted to be like him. You know, I wanted to be like Tyson. First guy to take me to the studio. Him and his family believed in me. You'll see that on the tribute that I insert to this video. So um, it was a beautiful day. I was great to see everybody that had embraced me as family. Tyson already had his family when he embraced me into that family, and they just loved me. From Tanya to Tara and Mother Winnie and them, and they brothers, to Jackie and Rhonda and Dale and Mama Sue and them embraced me in, and Norky and Preston and them just embracing me in, you know. I can't say enough. I can't talk enough about this good guy that was in my life. Woo! So I'm in that right there. God bless y'all, man. Like, share, subscribe, dislike. May hunt you down, find you, dislike this one, though. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, he taught me football. I used to play football, go out football at Dunbar, whatever. I couldn't remember what X and O's was. I just get in the stands and defensive tackle, offensive tackle at Dunbar High School, and I asked the dude next to me who I'm supposed to hit. You know what I'm saying? But then I got cut because I was late to 2-a-days. And so Tyson was taking me to Meadowdale alumni games because he was Meadowdale alumni, even though I was a Dunbar High School kid. You know, so he went to Dunbar. We went to Meadowdale. Dunbar. I couldn't even go on Dunbar side. I had to view it. It was crazy, but this was my guy. And he was teaching me football. Like I learned what offsides was, and I learned flag on the play. I learned all that from Tyson. And I remember the first time I called it out at one of the Meadowdale High School games up there with the alumni, and I told all the old fellas and said, "Hey, it was offsides." They like, "Oh no, what no, you don't know what I'm talking about, but young boy, And then they did off flag on the play, offsides. They was like, it was the first time I called a play right after going to all them games. Like that means so much to me. And when Tyson Jr. was at the funeral today, talking about how the hardest his dad was on football. Shout out to Tyson Jr. when he played for Toledo and he was on the NAACP number 56. Tyson told me about that. That's how I know. He was solid, man. Yeah. Contact me, DM me if you want more great stories about Tyson. I got some the sweet tea story, the icy story, not too short. People didn't believe we was meeting people. So getting back there, you come to the city, people didn't believe. So I would one time we got there on the pillars backstage. It would tell the rappers who went on for how long. Biz Markie, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, LL. It would say how long they had, 15 minutes, 45 minutes, how long they had. So I stole one of them, brought them back to the city. One time so we always was up front. No matter what concert, we was up front. When NWA brought out JJ Fad, I was holding Baby D's hand from JJ Fad. Stories I never tell because Tyson won't be around to tell them, to witness this. So, to be my witness. Security thought I was going to snatch her off stage. She ended up giving me her towel that she had been sweating with. Had barbecue sauce on it. I guess she ate wings in the back. Look up JJ Fad. When they brought out the DOC, the Doc, one of the notorious rappers and best writers in the hip-hop game and the culture. When they brought him out for the first time, they didn't even turn the lights on. I'm right up front on stage. They didn't turn the light on. I'm looking at his Nikes, and he's just like, "I'm the diggy Doc, y'all." I got to hear that straight up front before DOC became a phenomenon. You know what I'm saying? The DOC. You know what I'm saying? I'm the diggy Doc, y'all. It's funky. It's getting funky. Ooh, him. Okay? We had an NWA concert in the Coliseum. Ice Cube up there. He throw his glasses out. Ain't no way I can catch these glasses. I'm way in the middle. It's dark out. It's back. We all standing on our chairs. I just step down off my chair and put my hand under something in the dark. Just to say I tried. And I come up with these greasy ass Lokes. That's what they called them back then. Ice Cube's glasses. I wore them back to the. I told Tyson when we got because we didn't see each other. We was separated at the show that night. So when I got in the car, I said, "Man, these Ice Cubes, I caught them." I wore them back with the activator on them. Now my summer job that year was librarian at Belmont High School, and I bragged on RTA about them being Ice Cube's glasses the whole time. They gave us lockers at Belmont High School, but they didn't give us a lock while I was working that summer job as a librarian. So I bragged so much somebody stole my glasses out the locker, but those are just some stories, man. We went to Kings Island. First time I ever got on a boat. Tyson talked to me again. I was scared. I can't swim. We got there so early. Even security, even the Coliseum wasn't even open for us to sneak in at this time. So we got on the ferry to go around Cincinnati and the Miami Valley River, Ohio River. And I was scared. It was real high that day. The river had swollen that day. So he was rocking it and shaking it. I was telling my friend Ebony about it, and she was like, "So you was safe though? You felt safe?" I said, "No, I didn't feel safe. I didn't know if this nigga could swim, you know." But those are some of the stories I'm sharing. I love you, Tyson, man. You know I did. I told about it. When Lil T told me at the repast how much his dad, he said, my dad used to talk about me too to him. Man. I just rest in power, King. And you raised two beautiful offsprings, and they're gonna be great. And hey, Ruby Rube is here. If whatever they need, man. For real. On God, no cap. And I'm out. Deuces. 2 fingers.